Hi, I'm Elizabeth and I'm 10 years old. When I was 6, I saw a man throwing litter out of his car window and that made me upset. But I decided instead of just being sad about it, I had to act. My mission as TLC We're All in the World began that day. I started out by litter picking around my own neighbourhood and became known as the Little Collector. I hoped that by seeing me, people might be encouraged to do the same or not drop litter at all. Shortly after that, I decided to see if other children wanted to get involved, and so I set up the Little Collector Crew. I invited children from all around the world to get together once a month to carry out litter picks at the places that matter to them and carry out their own solo missions in between. Over the last 4 years, around 80 children have been involved, and some have even been inspired to start their own projects. As I carried out my litter picks, I began to wonder why there was so much rubbish in the first place and where it all came from. I've met some wonderful people along the way who have taught me so much, particularly about single-use plastic and how harmful it is to our environment and the wildlife that lives in it. It's filling up our seas and getting caught in trees and plants, hurting and sometimes killing fish, turtles, birds, and so many more other animals. Over 380 million tons of plastic is produced every year, and half of it is single-use. And only 9% of plastic is recycled. Something else you might not know is that 12 million tons of plastic enters the ocean every year. That's more than one rubbish truck full every minute. So much gets into the sea, and because of currents, it forms huge patches like islands. The biggest one of these is called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it is 3 times the size of France. Lots of plastic gets into the food chain, being eaten by animals, and even humans will eat around 18 kilograms of plastic in their lifetime. It's clear to me we have to act and do something about all of the rubbish and single-use plastic, and there are some basic ways we can go about it. Think about what you are buying and ask yourself if you really need it, and if so, how much of it do you need? Whenever possible, try and refuse single-use products. When you are shopping, look for things that have less packaging, or better still, none at all. Can things be reused or repurposed, such as plastic bags or containers? The final option is to recycle, and you should make sure you know the rules in your area, as everywhere is different. 3 years ago, I asked my parents if we could take part in Plastic Free July and look at ways we could reduce the amount of single-use plastic we use. From that point, we haven't looked back and have tried to constantly find new ways to reduce the waste we produce, so much so that we can now go up to 4 months before our landfill bin gets full. What I discovered is that lots of little changes add up and anyone can do it. Just by making one switch to a plastic-free alternative, you are making a positive impact on the environment. There are so many simple ways to start. Get a reusable water bottle. Did you know 100 million plastic bottles are used each day and only 1 in 5 get recycled, and they make up a third of plastic litter found at sea? One of my favourite plastic-free swaps has been homemade popcorn. It's so easy to make and perfect for home movie nights. We've done salt, butter and caramel flavours. I'm sure you will have lots of ideas for yours. Some easy changes you can make in the kitchen are switching to reusable kitchen roll and recycling old jars to hold loose herbs and spices. We buy loose fruit and vegetables, not only cutting down on our plastic waste, but also as we can choose the exact amount we want, reduces down on food waste. One of my favourite changes has been my plastic-free lunchbox. We use wax wraps to keep things fresh, and we even found snacks in compostable packaging. I also have a reusable water bottle, homemade bread rolls, and the orange comes in its own packaging. I'm not so little anymore, but I do want to inspire the next generation of little collectors. I will continue to look for ways to show our wonderful, beautiful planet the TLC it truly deserves. Together, we can make a difference.